Good morning. This is a short video. I say it's short. They really are when I do them, but we'll kid ourselves on and say it's short. This is a short video to give you an insight as to where I am and where I'm going as I am looking to start plan again in a little over a week. I had our son Angus almost 3 months ago, and he's the second baby. And this will be the third time that I've had a substantial amount of weight, and by substantial I mean over a stone in weight to lose. And I'm returning to do the one-to-one diet, so for the third proper time. Initially, I lost 5 stone on this 10 years ago, and when I had our first son, Fraser, which would be almost 3 years ago, I put a stone and a half on. So I used the diet to take that stone and a half off. And today I find myself, I think, around 3 stone, 3.5 stone overweight. So I need to lose 3, ideally 3.5. Would love to lose 4. So I have a lot of weight to lose, more than I've ever had to lose since I very first did the diet. How do I feel about that? It's a bit of a difficult one because on one hand, I'm very proud of myself and my body and what I've achieved. On the other hand, I don't recognise myself. Nothing fits. I'm very uncomfortable and it's getting me down. So I know it's time to do something, and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the only diet that's ever worked for me, and it's the one-to-one diet. So the primary reason for this video is because of what's going on in my life just now. I wanted to give an insight because when I do the plan, I am very vocal about it on social media and in our groups. And I just want to put out there what I or we as a family are going through, because it's having an impact on me now. And unless something suddenly changes in the next week and a half, which is unlikely to do, it's going to have an impact on me as I'm trying to do this weight loss plan. So I like to put things out in the open. So our youngest son Angus has, we believe, silent reflux or GORDS, which does run in my family, so it's not a surprise. And we also believe he's got bad colic. So most days he is crying horrifically in pain for at least an hour and up to 3 hours a day. It's completely exhausting, it's upsetting, and it's frustrating. And what I have noticed I am doing is something that I have not done in over 10 years. After a period of intense crying like that, when we manage to settle him, the very first thing I do is I get up and I go to the fridge. And I don't go to the fridge and make myself a nice meal and sit down and eat it. I go to the fridge, I open the door, and I eat frenziedly with the door open. I don't want to say it's anxious eating or stress eating because I don't believe it is. It's almost like it's an effort to suppress emotions, because I also have a 2-year-old who I don't want to see me upset, and I want to stay positive for. So it's almost like I'm doing this in an effort to suppress how I'm feeling and be able to shut all that out and then carry on and move forwards. As I say, these are behaviours that I know I have done in the past, but not for a very long time, and I thought I had turned a corner with it. But I find myself in a situation that I have never been in, that I am struggling to deal with, but I'm doing my best. So as I say, unless something with my son changes drastically in the next week and a half, I'm still going to be dealing with his conditions, for want of a better word, whilst I try and lose weight. And here's where I believe this diet excels in a way that no other diet I'd ever tried before has done. Excuse me, I'm quite raspy today. Quite often as a consultant, we deal with people who have been on plan with us being told by others to just go in calorie count or go to another sort of traditional diet class, or eat less, move more. And yes, the mathematics behind that is very accurate and should work. However, if you are somebody like me who uses food for more than just fuel, so misuses food, as I've just highlighted to you there, an example that I'm experiencing at the moment. If you are someone like me, those equations don't work. They don't. Because if they worked, we would all just do it and we would all just be slim. It's not that simple for some of us. And this is where, for me, this weight loss plan excels, because what it does for me is it allows me to breathe. It allows me a cathartic experience where I am not consumed with thinking about food, with planning food. I don't feel overwhelmed with counting calories, wondering what to eat next. And it allows me to break these behaviour cycles, because only when I break them, and break them for a substantial amount of time, can I build myself back up and put new habits in place. And that is what I very much need to do. So in a lot of ways, this next a couple of weeks on plan, couple of weeks, it's going to be a couple of months, this next couple of months on plan for me is like doing it again for the very first time. And I'm not going to lie and say I am not a wee bit nervous or actually a wee bit frightened, because there is so much going on that I'm overwhelmed by. Part of me is concerned that I won't manage and I won't cope, and it's kind of the devil on my shoulder that's whispering this in my ear. However, and I say this from the heart, people have underestimated me many times throughout my life and wrongly underestimated me, and I will not underestimate myself. I am doing this. I am losing 3 stone, and I would love to lose 4 stone, but we'll see how my body looks after baby number 2 when we hit the 3 stone mark. I know I'm going to stumble. I know I'm going to find it a challenge, but I also know I'm going to get there. Just had to get that off my chest. So, a week on Wednesday, I think it is. Come along for the ride. If you're doing it with me, I'd love to hear from you. Let's keep each other going. We are stronger when we're in it together. Have a great Monday.